Day 23. Welcome back to 60 Seconds. Last episode, the nukes got dropped. Timmy did some unspeakable things to survive, and let's see how far we can keep this going. Dolores, you're not green anymore. Alright. It was an innocent looking bottle of water, so we took a sip. We thought we got lucky, but it was all a lie. Either that water was irradiated, or was it some kind of biological weapon. It made us all feel pretty sick. There isn't enough food to go around. Even Ted has nothing to eat, nothing thirsty, all hungry. But you got food yesterday, so... Fortunately, we don't have more. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person for the quest to gather more supplies. Dolores just came back, so I think Dolores goes out. Good luck, Dolores. Come back fast and safely. What happened to Timmy? Well, everyone's looking great. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. There isn't enough food, blah 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 blah. Don't have any rations. You're not thirsty yet, right? No. A sleazy looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? No. Don't have food. Day 25. Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. There isn't enough food to go around, nothing to eat. Everyone needs water. Fortunately, we have no soup. The note we found today on our door. Today was a real surprise to us all. It's not signed, but it says that whoever wrote it has been observing us for a while and believes we're the right kind of people. They instruct us to send a single unarmed representative to a meeting today at midnight to find out more. Well, okay, here's my thinking, right? If we send Timmy, he's technically unarmed, but I'm pretty sure with those nails and that hair, dude, he basically has a helmet on top of his head, and with those nails, he can just claw through them. He's like Wolverine at this point. So I'm thinking we send him. Bork? Oh, no dog. What happened to Mary Jane? Why is there blood on her? It's true. It's all true. There really are others just like us. We arrived at the rendezvous, unarmed and on time, and we were greeted by a friendly-looking group of survivors. They're being led by twins, a brother and a sister who seems to be friendly enough. They asked us some questions and promised to stay in touch. There isn't enough food. Blah 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 blah. Ted is no longer thirsty. Well, we don't have any soup. We were about to take a cautious peek outside when a furry beast jumped on us. Good thing our hearts were not battered by a fat, heavy hamburger diet, because it was our dog friend and not a mutant lurking to chew our bones. Good boy, he seems to be hungry. Shall we give him something to eat? I would love to, but we don't even have food for ourselves, and we're about to starve. Day 27. We wished we could have fed the poor beast, but we didn't have any food to spare. The dog slowly turned away and went back into the wasteland. There isn't enough food to go around. Everyone is hungry. There's no food. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low. You can almost smell the desperation in the shelter. We're pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby, mostly old folks from the retirement home. It shouldn't be hard to borrow some of their supplies. They're old anyway, and we need them more, right? Look, they've lived longer. I have kids to think about. Look at how innocent these two kids. Do these kids deserve death? Does this man deserve death? I think not, right? I think we need to send. So we need to. We can have a nice. They might just give them to us. Why did I get an achievement called "Show Your Evil Self"? We are now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we just don't feel good about it. Let's just never mention this whole thing again. Yes, but we also haven't eaten for weeks. Okay, this picture is look, it's unrelated. We borrowed some of that. We promised to pay it back, okay? Okay? Everyone's thirsty as well, right? Yeah. Alright. Wouldn't you know it, our dear Mary Jane keeps a diary. For some reason, she was hiding it in the scrapbook while we kept in her shelter. We have no doubts what needs to be done. Each of us must be assigned a role, and the diary must now be read aloud, right? No. That sounds like a horrible idea. Do we want her to murder everyone in the shelter? Where's Dolores? Mary Jane thanked us for respecting her privacy. She then ripped out and tore all of the pages, set them on fire, stomped on them, and fed them to a mutated rat outside. A bit excessive, but we all feel better now that it's been dealt with. Still wonder what she wrote about us, though. Everyone's still hungry. Wait, what? Timmy needs water now? Alright, fine. Timmy, you get a bit of water and everyone gets soup. Timmy has been sitting there, just staring into space. Is something wrong? Maybe it would be good to have a little chat with him. Look, I'm gonna say yes, but I have a feeling this is gonna end with Ted dead. Dolores? Doesn't look good. Even a word or two may be enough to brighten someone's mood. Timmy seems to be better now. We're glad to see Dolores came back safely from the wasteland. We thought the metro station would be a good spot to scavenge for undamaged supplies. It turns out someone came up with the same idea. There's a group of people living down there. They use bullets as currency. They're no bandits, but they keep to themselves. They told us to have a look around if we wanted to. We wouldn't pass on any opportunity to get some more water. So, when we found the toilets, we did not hesitate to fill as many bottles as we could with that murky, irradiated liquid. What a treat! And our gas mask was destroyed. Alright. Everyone is hungry. Dolores is hungry and thirsty. So Dolores gets some food. Timmy can do it! Timmy can go to the wasteland! Alright, I think Timmy wants out. Whoever designed this fog shuttle was a genius, but we can't really tell if that green stuff dripping from the pipe is an included feature. We should probably try doing something about it with whatever we brought down here. Let's check with the book. Dude, the book is useful for like everything. And it's indestructible too, it looks like. Problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. Ted needs water to survive. Very thirsty. Everyone needs water. Everyone gets supplies. Timmy gets an extra soup can because Timmy's going outside. And we don't really have anything great to go out with. I mean, Timmy could take gun. We still have axe. I mean, gun isn't really useful in here. Day 32. Timmy went out in the wasteland. Ted is hungry. Everyone is hungry. Hungry. We don't have food. You're gonna have to wait. It's the army again. We thought they were near, but it seems something kept them away. Guess we're not leaving just yet. The broadcast was concluded with a request for assistance. They want us to take a few canisters of gas to the nearest bus stop. Apparently they need it for their transport. This is not something we can do very quickly, so we need a gas mask to stay safe. There's no need to get sick right before we get rescued. Unfortunately, Dolores made it broke, so we don't have a gas mask. I did not hear 3 knocks. 2, sorry. We felt that it was too risky to help the army without using a gas mask. It seems our rescue will be a bit overdue. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup. Only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine the whereabouts. Unfortunately, don't have a map, which I think is pretty sad. Day 34. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Wow, surprise, surprise. I think we have one more day. but whatever, everyone gets food and water today. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open? Are we communists? I don't think we're communists. Surely they wouldn't have anything against us. Surely there's no possible way this is negative com. It doesn't say the end, right? Nope, it doesn't. Day 35. Hey, isn't that an extra water bottle? We regretted opening the door the minute we saw who was standing on the other side. Dark faces, rifles, and determined looks of a band of teenagers. We're doomed, we thought. Then out of the blue, one of them asked us if we were with the Reds. We've never supported the Red Sox, so we confidently said that we weren't. The tension dropped immediately, and those nice young people gave us 2 bottles of water. They also told us to have no fear, since Wolverines are around. I'm not sure what Wolverines have to do with all of this, but we took their word for it. Plus 2 water. That is great. Dolores is not eating for well. You got food yesterday. We were sure we'd look through our supplies carefully, but Mary Jane spotted something all of us missed. A seed. A plant seed. We should plant it to see what happens, but we need a bottle of water for that. Yeah, more food is always good. We just happened to get 2, so we're pretty good on water for now. Here goes nothing. Soil, seeds, and water. We'll see what happens in a few days' time. Let's just hope those seeds don't turn into some useless flower. Mary Jane seems optimistic enough. Everyone is hungry, but you're not getting food yet. We were pretty sure Mary Jane had her birthday 2 weeks ago, but it turns out it's today. Shall we get her something a young lady trapped in a tiny shelter would enjoy? She wants cake. She can have the radioactive can of bug spray. Don't tell me she used it on herself as perfume. Although honestly, at this point, might be a positive thing. Kids these days are all about those spray deodorants. The anti-bug spray probably works the same way. Mary Jane was so excited. I think water time. Everything would be fine if it wasn't for Dolores. She doesn't seem well. She used to be so energetic and happy. Now she just sits there and sulks. We should do something about it. I don't think the bug spray is... I mean, look, I know women love bug spray, but maybe crossword puzzles are better. Timmy? Timmy's seen some shit. Timmy's done some things. Giving Dolores a book seemed like a good idea, but she was too tired and too sad to read anything. We hope she gets better soon. We were afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe. Got his gun back. A few days before the blast, Timmy got into a fight with a kid named Ethan and beat him with a stick. I'm telling you, this kid, man. We were supposed to visit Ethan's parents and talk about the incident, but we were a bit busy back then. Well, now we have all the time in the world, and although it looks like our friends weren't home, we still decided to pay them a visit. You're telling me Timmy alone went outside to the kid he beat up with a stick in the apocalypse with a gun? No, you know what? Nothing weird with that. American habit, I'm sure. These people were obsessed with tomato soup. We saw so many cans in the ruined kitchen. Most of them were damaged and all of the tomato goodness has leaked out, but some survived, plus 2 cans of soup. Behind the remains of their kitchen counter, we found some bottled water. It's not our favorite brand, but it'll have to do, plus 2. We found their garage empty. They might have gone on a vacation before the apocalypse. Maybe they even survived. They left behind a few suitcases though. We didn't think they would mind us borrowing one. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. This last expedition got us thinking. Maybe we could just drive away from this nightmare somehow? Of course, most of the automobiles available are completely burned out, but if we could find a solid base and scavenge enough parts, perhaps we could build a vehicle of our own. We better keep an eye out for those on future expeditions. Everyone is hungry. I think we do one more day. No, you know what? Fuck, you all get food. We're doing another trip. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we open it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What the hell is that? Okay, look. We're not exactly good on water, but we might get something useful for this. Doesn't look promising, actually. Never mind. Oh, the plant is growing, though. The visitor wasn't very happy that we didn't have a water chip, or that we didn't know what that one was. He did help himself to the water we offered him and explained the chip is of utmost importance. Before we learned anything more, he left for the wasteland. Alright. I think we do one more day. It says Timmy needs to drink, so I'll give him some water. It's about time we scavenge the remains of our town in search of supplies. Who will it be? Look, Dolores was kind of sad, so I think she wants to go back out. I don't really think we have that many useful supplies. Maybe take the gun, I guess. Day 40. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she makes it back. Ted is hungry. Where's water when Ted needs it? You know what? Everyone gets soup as well. Timmy didn't say a word about it. When he was outside, he scratched his hand on a wire or some other rusty piece of metal. His wound is not looking pretty, and we need to do something about it. Chop his hand off. You can use knife hands. This doesn't break the axe, right? Oh, God. Well, Timmy was very brave about the idea of cleaning up his wound with a heated axe blade. It was a bit painful, but it was soon over. The axe is in no shape to be used again, but Timmy seems much better. Alright, cool. The boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied. Maybe we can take advantage of some of our supplies and pretend they're props on a movie set? Briefcase. If you break the briefcase, I swear to God. That looks a bit bad. Ted and Mary Jane were a minor of their regular cinema trips, so they were happy to improvise scenes for the rest of us. Ted was Marilyn, and Mary Jane was the director, ordering him around. She was really strict about our artistic vision, but Ted managed to deliver a performance so convincing, we forgot for a moment that he isn't a lovely, slim, blonde Hollywood star. Everyone's a bit hungry. Tentacles. Tentacles everywhere. Is that a monster from Mars? Wait, they're not tentacles. It's a damn plant Mary Jane is growing. It is mutated and is out of control. Are those teeth? They're huge. We need to do something. Bug spray. If it works as deodorant, it probably works as a bug, insect, plant repellent. Yeah, that's right. We can still eat this. Bug spray offense is the best defense. Die, you plant mutant. Die! Shh. Pew. That was pretty terrifying. We should probably stick to soup cans instead of growing anything. The climate is definitely not suitable for any serious gardening. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Getting something to drink. Yeah. Let's do water for everyone. Might as well give soup. It's the army again. We thought they were near, but it seems something kept them away. Guess we're not leaving just yet. The broadcast was included with a request for assistance. They want us to take a few cans of gas. Same thing as before. Still don't have a gas mask. 44. We felt it was too risky to help the army without a gas mask. It seems rescue is a bit overdue. Carrie, can't help you. Sorry. Dolores is back. Day 45. Ooh, she found bullets. That's pretty good. Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Dolores is back. We liked our street, especially during national celebrations. Everyone joined in and decorated their lawns and houses. Plenty of fun was to be had. The street doesn't look like it used to for any celebrations. Well, the street doesn't look like it will be used for any celebrations anytime soon, not in the next 100 years anyway. But we had an idea. Maybe something useful could still be found amongst the rubble. We found a refrigerator in the middle of our neighbor's lawn. Even without electricity, the light inside was still on. It contained quite a few soup cans and surprisingly a brown fedora. It wasn't edible, we tried. +1 soup can. It appears that Mr. Jenkins from down the road was brewing his own moonshine. We discovered a few bottles with labels that suggested a high percentage of alcohol, but the stuff tasted like water, so we assumed he failed. Or did he? +1 water. A band of kids was playing war in nearby ruins. They had plenty of real guns and ammunition. It's very encouraging to see that kids are making the best out of this terrible, terrible situation. They even shared some ammunition with us. Alright, cool. Might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. We window shopped nearby parking lots for a vehicle that wasn't completely burned out. Unfortunately, we found nothing of value. Maybe future expeditions will be more lucky? Everyone is hungry. Dolores is not eaten. Alright, well we did get a new soup can, so you're not eating anything anyway. Timmy can do it. Timmy can go to the wasteland. Yes, sir. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke out our line of thoughts. It turned out we were visited by a band of survivors who were in a pretty bad shape. All they wanted was to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least clean bandages and medicine to tend the wounded. Let's see, we have 2 water bottles and 1 can. Unfortunately, we can't really help you. We could tell our guests we're not thrilled with our refusal. Their tired eyes alone were enough to understand how much they needed those supplies. They did not beg, but simply turned around and left in an unknown direction. Maybe they will have more luck elsewhere. Maybe. Everyone is hungry and water. So everyone gets everything. We've been preparing for this expedition since yesterday. Timmy goes up with a gun. Actually, we don't have the axe, so maybe that's a bad idea to go without the only weapon, even now that we have ammunition. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what he'll do if he doesn't come back. No one is thirsty, we're hungry. Play a game, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They never mentioned picking one would be so much trouble. Dude, but this is like the bane of my existence right now though. Playing a game, especially with friends, is just like 40 minutes of sitting there doing nothing, 3 hours of deciding on a game, and then 20 minutes of playing it before you get bored. Day 48. We thought playing the silent game would be a good idea. The silence was too annoying and we quickly stopped. Everyone is tired and hungry. We didn't pack any razors when we came down. We didn't pack any razors when we came down to the shelter. And now some of us can be confused with a Sasquatch. A good sharp axe might be perfectly replacement for a razor. Unfortunately, we broke that on Timmy's hand. Day 49. No axe, no shave. Maybe another time. I'm pretty sure we have another day of water. Every new smell attacks our noses in the shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss. So when a single brick fell out from the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of that smell is. Yeah, probably. Was it sleeping gas? We looked into the hole, fearing something might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated and sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Alright. Everyone gets water and food. Yes, food. A band of raiders are at our doorstep. They demand we let them in. This is no game. We yield or we fight back. There's no middle ground here. Padlock. Padlock the door. It can save us. It did save us. Nice. We didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough discourage to the unknown attackers. It seems that they gave this whole break-in a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off the bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. We were able to defend our home this time, but what if they come back? Ha! Guess what? We already got ourselves our very own fallout garden. We got a bunch of mushrooms growing on one of the walls. They're big enough to be eaten. How about it? Should we prepare a mushroom feast? Well, look, mushrooms never hurt anyone. Mold is good for you. Don't be the end. Day 52. Look, we're good. No one seems deader. Those were delicious. Our only concern is that they were glowing in the dark. And now we are too, for that matter. Which means you don't need supplies. Oops. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that being behind layers of terrible static and screams we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's a Soviet? We should probably listen to it. But what about the children? Mary Jane, you're not old enough to listen to this. Go to sleep. We need to hear what the Reds are planning. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians. Yeah, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. Truly disappointing. Everyone is thirsty. Don't have that much water. I think someone might die. We still don't have a gas mask. And unless Timmy's back, this might be the end for someone. We felt it was too risky to help the army without using a gas mask. It seems our rescue will be a bit overdue. Timmy can sneak like a secret agent man, but that might not be enough to help avoid the band of raiders that camped near our shelter. We can probably assume he isn't coming back. They took Timmy? Hey, looks like they're gonna take Mary Jane too. It might just be over then. Just when we thought we might have a quiet day, we got invaded. A group of bandits on the other side of the door, demanding we walk out hands in the air, or they'll get in the hard way. That doesn't sound too good. What do we do? Well, we can't defend ourselves, can't play music. I think this might be it. Might just be over. Day 55. The enemy stormed into our shelter, but instead of grabbing our supplies... what supplies? They got Mary Jane. She put up a fight and kept biting her kidnappers furiously. We hope they don't hurt her. Some of us are keener to go outside more than others. Go outside, take everything with you. Live, Dolores, live! It's just me now. All alone. Ted says he's okay. We played a game of list the things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That remainder of stuff that I do is I had a safe in his living room. I also wondered what's inside, but it will be honest. Go Ted. It's our last hope of survival. It wasn't. Unlucky. When we opened the safe, we heard a loud bang, and the room filled with thick, nasty smoke that smelled of rotten eggs. That bastard booby-trapped the safe. Sure, it slowed us down, but it didn't stop us from taking his most prized possessions. Take that, Ned. Too bad we don't get the chance. We won't ever get the stench of our clothes now. Plus one gun. Ted is now sick and thirsty. How about that lake we've been going through for the past few years? It would be so good to find ourselves there, far away from all this madness. Swim a little, maybe take a boat ride. Even if the whole world place turned into Adamville. Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink now. Bandits are at the door, promising us the worst fate promising us the worst fate we can imagine if we don't let them in. It's time to make a stand or surrender. We have no bullets, but take the gun. Looks like we lived, at least. We were able to fight off the bandits this time, but there's no guarantee they won't come back. We need to be prepared at all times. 1 foot in the grave. The raider camps on the streets have been especially madly. They're acting like real savages. We won't stand for that. Go fight them. Fight them. Fight them, Ted. Go out in a blaze of glory. I knew it. Timmy wasn't dead. Gun is though. And so is Ted. While sneaking around the camp, we noticed a few cages in which the bandit held people captive. One of the prisoners was Timmy. We managed to set him free and bring him back to the shelter. Too many days without water took their toll. Ted died of dehydration. And Timmy got hurt. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to get him water now. Timmy needs food. Timmy is tired. Yeah, unfortunately, Timmy, there's nothing. There's a gang of firefighters outside, or at least you're just like one. They'll be banging on the door, ordering us to surrender. Day 61. Yep. We couldn't hold the attackers off, and they stormed the shelter. They had enough mercy to let us live, but they had no second thoughts about robbing us and taking everything we owned. Timmy's in terrible shape. The last time we went on we noticed a bandit. Go, Timmy. Go, Timmy. You need to find water and food. Day 63. Oh. The tank was equipped with the protective gear, including a spare gas mask. Nice. It's the XX century, so no one expects the Inquisition to show up. They did. They showed up, and decided that our shelter would be a perfect place for their torture chamber. When we found out, we made the best effort to put as many miles between them and us as possible. Lack of water drove Timmy insane. He opened the shelter door and ran away without looking back. He's not likely to return. Of all the places we could have perished, this is probably the best one. Or maybe not. We held out for 63 days. Well, that was a pretty good first run. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We were driven away. Dolores lived, technically. Only one. But hope you enjoyed that. See you in the next one.